involving the police. The main concern, Polly went out on an orange contract with Eliza while they were getting gas. Brian Knight and Frost showed up and
Merrick is not getting tested. He's not getting tested. He's not getting tested. He's not getting tested.
Polly crouched down and accidentally dropped a musket out of his pocket. They saw that, instantly jumped on it. What is that? What is that? What is that? He tried to play it off saying, oh, that's just like a crowbar, it's a stick, etc. They were not having it, so he jumped in the armadillo and fled. He called for help from Luch and Clark
Sam
and
needs to get
Hassan.
tested, but not
They all ran out to go help him. He got pit to shit, jumped out of his car into
Like even said
Hassan's
this last
buggy.
minute. I
They
said
got
this
pit to
15
shit,
times,
jumped out
guys.
of
You guys are
Hassan's
like, yo, why do you get
buggy
mad? It's like, bro,
into,
because I say it 30 times.
Clark's truck.
Barrick
and
needs to go
Hassan
find
went
his
with Luch on the
purpose.
bike. They were not getting away, knew they couldn't get away, so they sent it into the water at Chumash. Polly swam down and tried to hide the musket in the water, just threw it into the ocean. Once he surfaced, he started getting
This is pretty
beat by
accurate to
the
Sam's
officers.
recap. I'm
He made it
impressed.
to shore, started running, trying to get a pickup, but he got detained. They searched him for the musket, couldn't find it, so they said they were going to release him. He got taken to the hospital for medical, but he refused medical because he didn't want outside medical.
Good.
Then Brian Knight said a bunch more shit that Brian Knight says at the hospital, being like, you should have just shown me the musket, everything would have been fine.
Don't care about
Give you
this
the
part.
opportunity to. And then when Polly was not, you know, giving him anything, he said, okay, well, have fun with your phone subpoena. And then Polly
all
walked
irrelevant.
to
I don't give a fuck about the
MRPD,
cops.
asked for the armadillo back because he said he was not charged with anything and should get it back.
Okay.
Local said, I can't get in any more trouble, so no, but radioed over to Brian. Brian said, you can probably either get it in an hour or tomorrow, we'll see. He then started walking back to Babylon, called Luch for a pickup. Queenie showed up, picked him up. They all met up at La Fuente Blanca. So this was Clark, Luch, and Queenie. While they were meeting up, all of this information was passed along to the Babylonians back here, and people kind of went into, led by security team, into a, all right, gather everything and get it out of the area mode in case of a raid, because it was unsure whether or not they had the musket or not.
What do you mean? What do you mean gather everything, get out the air? What does that mean?
Everybody was instructed to get everything out of the properties and whatnot. So the history books, the weapons, pretty much anything that could implicate people and hide it.
Okay. Why would history books implicate anybody?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This one might, one I just wrote, but we all listened to the security team, did as we were told, went to
Sounds like a really crazy overcook.
kind of weed growing farm that's in Grapeseed, hid all the stuff, and then we were later then told to get all the stuff and hide instead, like in the mountains. So Skipper and I were hiding in the mountains.
Hiding in the mountains from what? I'm confused. Like, over what? The fear of a raid?
Yep.
Okay.
So during all of this, cut back to Clark, Luch, Queenie, and Polly at La Fuente Blanca. They have a discussion about getting the musket or not, and they say that Polly should try and find the musket alone.
We need a Roosh awake these hours, man.
There's a bit of contention on how this conversation happened. I think part of it was...
That's the point, Wicked.
You know,
Come on, brother. That'd be cool.
Or you kind of created the problem, you should fix it. But at the same time, a justification of, okay, we don't want a ton of people going to the spot and looking, as it'll draw more police attention. So they take him to the lighthouse. He steals a jet ski, goes all the way from the lighthouse around to Chumash.
Well, we gotta do that this week, Void.
Luch, Clark, and Queenie then proceed to go back to Babylon. When asked, where's Polly? They say he might have drowned. He did, in fact, drown. So he wakes up at the hospital. Doctors say you got a bunch of water in your lungs. He then walks his ass back to MRPD. He's like, I didn't get charged with shit. Give me my armadillo back. They give him the vehicle. He drives it from MRPD all the way here. We get the call to come back and bring all the stuff back. So we come back, bring all the stuff back. As I'm sorting everything back in the
Who
library.
is we?
I
Who is
walked
we?
out.
Who is we?
Skipper and I get the call to come back and bring everything back to Babylon. So we do so. Arrive back in Babylon, organizing everything, putting everything back. I walk out to the front. Queenie has a motorcycle parked out front, and I get told, get down, come here. Everybody's crouched in a circle at the front of the wall. So I run to them. I'm like, what's going on? They said, somebody just shot the tire of Queenie's bike. I'm like, oh my God. I get down just as that's happening. Polly comes driving back in the armadillo. He makes it through the gate, steps out of the vehicle. The second his feet touch the ground, the armadillo explodes.
This is actually still fairly accurate to Sav's recap, Chad. There's a lot more like
evacuate.
muddied info that we don't give a fuck about.
And we all flee into
Impressed.
the woods.
What's that?
Towards the treehouse. From there, they try to give medical to Polly as best they can, and we wait out the night. So that was that incident. Another incident that happened.
I'm just confused why they would take everything and go hide.
Speedy, Apple and I go on a contract to get circuit boards. We go to Life Invader. As we're at Life Invader, the alarm goes off, I guess signaling for the police to show up. Brian Knight, of course, shows up, gun drawn, telling us to stop. Speedy and Apple have muskets on them, so they flee. I stay back, try to distract Brian. I'm also not running anywhere because I still have my IV attached to me at this point. He yaps my ear off about how he got the musket that Polly had. At this point, I don't know whether this is the truth or not. I know now that it likely is because we couldn't find the musket. He talks about how Babylonians keep shoving shit up their ass, like the olive. I'm like, I don't really know what the fuck you're talking about. Main point from that, he just keeps saying that they found the musket.
This is all just so irrelevant.
Apple gets
not irrelevant,
caught,
I think is the word.
But Speedy,
the muddied info.
Knowing that Apple couldn't run because he injured himself during the chase, had taken the musket off him. Speedy gets away with both muskets, and then Apple goes to jail for about 10 months.
It's funny how they all fall for Brian's mind games too.
Comes back, Apple comes back out of jail as well. I think only gets charged for stealing stuff from Life Invader.
No, they have a musket that's kind of important. No, it's not. It literally means nothing. It literally means nothing.
We all go to fight night so that Speedy may fight and then give an announcement to like recruit for Babylon. While we're there, there's a statewide announcement of a 5G tower that
we gotta burn the library down.
That is coming down and invites people to come watch.
The only way to save a clinger is to burn,
watch it,
and show them that they can be rebuilt.
There's some random man along with the mayor, and they're
get what I'm saying?
I guess taking down this giant ass cell tower that's out front of BCSO. The rest of BCSO are like 30 deep in one of the offices, watching out the window creepily. The guy that was taking down the tower, not the mayor, but the other guy, was talking to Clark saying, oh, you guys want any of this? We have no use for it. We didn't know what to make of that. Thought it might be a trap, so we left. I think that is about it.
Okay. Book?
Yes.
The thing is, I don't want to like harp too much on them evacuating and shit, because if security is just bored and just trying to create like tense RP, like I don't want to be like harping on it too much, you know? Because maybe that's like that case of, you know, they're just trying to get some RP going, you know, RP some dramatic shit, and I'm not trying to rain on that parade too much, as long as it doesn't get like too crazy, right? As the sun set on the 5th week of the new do we put on the music? Christopher Walken. Do we put on the music, guys? I gotta pull it up. I hate being on. Dude, I just hate not being on my setup. On my setup, I have everything nice and laid out for the day. Just click here, click there. I'm good to go. You know. What was this song called? There it is. Oh, that song. Ox. There it is. All right, so it's 3 pages long. As the sun set on the 5th week of New Babylon, the community no longer resembled the fragile camp of its early days. Okay. I don't know why we're getting salted here. Walls now stood where there had once been open ground. Institutions began to take root, and business competed in the growing market for Babalara. The challenges of fire, hunger, and weather had been endured, yet with survival secured, new dangers found their way to New Babylon's doorstep. These threats, not of nature, but of man. Okay. Alfonso, leader of the Merchants Guild, spread guidance and encouragement through each meeting at the range. He spoke of the donkey, an animal that can endure endless days and nights of labor, yet can never own the farm. A reminder that progress required more than effort alone. A celebration of the community's progress through the Merchants Guild took place as each member... Oh, so we're jumping from that straight to this. Okay. As each member stepped onto the stage to place a brick, they collectively built a pillar, a visible testament to how far they'd come. Okay. The Marduk also shared wisdom within the gathered the Marduk also shared wisdom with the gathered community through an old Babylonian tale, the story of Zeta, a baker who, out of the kindness of her heart, gave her sweet bread too freely and lost her stall to those who prioritized their business over generosity. Zeta had learned her lesson too late. Sweetbreads feed the city, but the city eats the sweet first. This imparted knowledge came as a warning. With the economy expanding and business seeking new means to create Babalari, it was crucial to find balance between profit and fairness. It's crazy we had this whole lesson and I just had this conversation with Sav. You know what I'm saying? We spent a whole week on this. And Sav's like, yo, I was a pussy. I'm sorry, man. Sav's got to read this book. A decisive moment echoed throughout the 5th week. One that would continue to cast dangers over New Babylon. Edgar and Arush took to the stage, a set of blueprints clutched tight in hand. They cast them into the hastily built fire, which blazed before the gathered Babylonians. This simple action, a bold rejection of the masters who had once guided them, an untethering of their last bind to the outside world. You know what we got to do here too, chat? We never followed up with the audit of what people owned. I'm making that call today. Ooh, we got some shit to do today. We cast away all that is outside, for all that is outside is evil, Father Sebastian proclaimed, as rain and thunder boomed across the sky as if to mirror the defiance below. The act, however, was only the beginning to the trials they would face. Bombings and gunfire erupted in the following days. Each strike a reminder that the community's safety could no longer be measured by hunger or weather alone. The Babylonians now faced enemies who moved in the shadows, whose reach could strike without warning, testing the unity and resolve of the community they had built. The Babylonians, however, proved resilient. Despite the threats that loomed, progress and celebration continued. Nabu's Nook, the first library of New Babylon, brought together the community for its grand opening. Elena poured homebrewed drinks, Eliza read out loud, and Lang spoke of the library's significance, expressing hope that preserving the community's history would allow Babylon to endure long past the lives of its founders. The Babylonians walked the firelit hall of the library, admiring the wooden walls lined with shelves that would hold their stories for generations to come. This sense of peace did not last long. Calamity struck from the skies as planes plummeted towards the range. They crashed in a fiery explosion, where just days prior the blueprints had been burned on a different flame. Babylonians acted quickly, hearts pounding, but guided by the security protocols established in previous weeks. They fled to the woods, regrouping at their designed location. Tending to the wounded as best they could, they made do with the limited medical supplies they had brought. Yet the onslaught was not over. More explosions followed, leaving several Babylonians gravely injured. Chaos ensued as they were forced to relocate once more. In the panic, the group became scattered. Phones were discarded for the fear of being tracked, and medical care was improvised in the backs of trucks as they moved toward what they had hoped would be a safer location. One Babylonian, fearing that the man dying beside him might not survive the coming hours, made a desperate decision to take him to the hospital. Okay, why aren't we naming Skipper here? He might be exiled. His name should probably be in the history book, low key, you know? As the attack subsided, the Babylonians, bloodied and bruised, made their way back to Babylon, their resolve unshaken. Questions of safety still lingered, but their determination remained steadfast. They had faced bombings, gunfire, and enemies from beyond their walls. Yet the spirit of the community did not falter. New Babylon would not fall; it would endure, learn, grow, and only rise stronger. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it is 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 good. Yeah, I don't like that we're not mentioning any sort of progression on the spy stuff, which I think should be viewed as important. I mean, this whole arc spawned from that, really, right? We should pay some homage to the spice gods a little bit. What I feel like there's something else that happened last week that's not mentioned here that was important. I can't remember what it was though. So maybe it wasn't important, I guess. How many spice trials have we had? 3? We had 3. I don't think a single one was mentioned. I think so far it's good though. This is way better than the last book. That's for damn sure. I think it's good. I think it is good. I think it is good. Ooh, Operation Fallout wasn't mentioned. Ooh, that's what it was. All right, so spice trials. We haven't mentioned them once, which I think is important to mention. Harry becoming a deputy, I feel was important to mention, and the plan to build Operation Fallout, to build a bunker. It's probably important to mention as well. Other than that, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I can put all those in this week for sure. I think with his new release of the creatine spice, I can touch on what led him to that this week.
That's fine, although I think Harry and Project Fallout should be mentioned in week 5.
And week 5, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can fit that in somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you, okay, the level of storytelling versus, like, history fact, do you like this
Yeah, it's good.
style?
I think we just have to stay focused on like crucial moments though. Like Harry being sworn in is probably like a big thing to talk about. You know, the first deputy or whatever ever, and then you know, Project Fallout is kind of like where we're headed. You know, grave danger. We're worried. Yeah. We're moving underground to survive or whatever.
Okay. I also made, after we talked about it a few days ago with monopolizing all the books, I made like a pros and cons list and a business plan for if we were to go that direction, if you want to see that.
Sure. Increases the need for library, increases foot traffic in library, consolidates books into one location, promotes unity and collaboration, preservation, risk of censorship, logistics nightmare, related employees attract sales. If the library burns down, everyone's see like this is like I hate this mentality we have. Like I hate this mentality we have. CJ needs to stop being clingy to this library. It's driving me crazy, bro. It's driving me crazy. Creators of text feelings have to make high profits on their own, may cause tensions, could discourage the efforts of creating books. I'll rely on library for economical stability. Yeah, I think we go, guys. I think we're just gonna make a monopoly though. Multi-system library should be the sole distributor of any and all books rather than Babylon. This includes, but not limited to, maps. All text must be approved by the librarian. And the more due before it's permitted for entering the library and distributed. Purchasing fee. If accepted as a piece of literature, the librarian will pay a purchasing fee to the creator of the text. Both purchasing fee and sale price shall be up to the discretion of the librarian. Royalty system creators of text shall receive a percentage of every sale of their work. Royalty system. So we say like logistical nightmare, but then we want to do a royalty system, which is a logistical nightmare. Well, this is an example. 10%. Library purchases map V5 from Clark for 5 Babylari. Library prints 25 copies. 1 Babylari. Blah, 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 Clark royalty fee 2 Babylari. Profit 18 Babylari. Just buy and flip. Like, listen, buying and flipping, guys. You know, it's not only drug dealer tactics. It's a great tactic in general. Just buy and flip. This should be the only business tactic here. Clark. Well, I guess unless they're RPing out that only like is Clark going and making his maps, or is he RPing that CJ's making it for him? I guess it's important to know. Library card rental system. Library card 3 Babylari per week. Late fee 2 Babylari 24 hours. Lost damage book 5 Babylari. Babylonians with the value of his library. Look at their choosing for 24 hours and no cost. They're prepared to rent 1 book at a time. Okay, with the library card, you should be able to rent more than a book at a time, though.
Okay.
Yeah, like you got to think about like 6 months in the future when there's 10,000 books in there.
Yeah, that's true. I did make copies of all the books. I'm gonna have to make more. I think I only made like 4 of each just because my
only able to rent books from a library card. Here's the options. Okay.
Another question about that: is there anywhere I can keep one of each copy that's not the library itself? I know obviously Project Fallout will be great for that, but in the meantime, just in case a plane falls.
We can go over that in a second.
Okay.
The royalty system, I think, is too complicated.
You think so? So it would just be a flat purchasing fee.
Yeah, just buy and flip. Buy and flip. You know, drug dealer tactics is very simple and it's very effective, and everybody does it for very good reason. It just works.
Okay.
Who makes the maps for Clark? Like, where does he actually make them?
No, I'm pretty sure they were like, they talked about like keeping a man locked up in a.
No, not that. That's not what I'm asking. Who actually makes the physical copy of it?
Oh, like prints it. I print the books from now on.
Okay.
I'm the one who makes the contracts for actually getting the leather and the books and whatnot.
Okay, now I see why she's not buying and flipping, because she's printing the book. That complicates shit. Does he give you a reference, or do you make the reference as well?
He creates the reference, I take the reference, and I get the materials and print it.
Okay, so you just buy the reference from him then, and then flip it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that,
I'm gonna ban this map, I think. Clark doesn't fucking do anything.
People are going to throw a bit of a fit over this?
Who cares? Like, you gotta stop caring about feelings.
Okay.
Are you in a business, or you're in high school? Like, what do you want to be in?
It's not the feeling aspect. I really don't really give a shit about
Yeah, so
that.
who gives a fuck?
Especially with Clark. It's more so, will they be discouraged from creating more books because of it, do you think?
Does not matter.
What if like what you were talking about the other day with them being like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go around you then and sell the books myself.
Yeah, then they'll just get exiled. Let them do that.
Okay.
We got to talk about the stage 5 cleaner shit you got going on here, though. Listen, it sounds like a joke.
Over that.
You're definitely not over it. It sounds like a joke. Listen, it sounds like I'm joking when I'm saying it, but it can be so detrimental to the library and your mental health. I'm just being honest here. You need to be more than willing in your mind to accept that a lot of these books are going to get lost, a lot of these books are going to get burnt, a lot of these books are going to get stolen.
I have made copies for that reason.
Okay.
Like, what is pointing you in that direction? Because the one book at a time, I just thought it'd be harder to track.
Why did we grab every book out of the library over a raid that was never happening? Was it a you thing, or were you commanded to do that?
No. I was commanded to do it. We were told to grab everything and go.
Right.
Because we're told to listen.
And you didn't freak out about your books and having to grab them all and leave.
I mean, that was my role in it. When everyone said grab everything, I went to the library and grabbed my stuff. They went to the whatever access they had and grabbed their stuff, and we all left.
Okay.
But I am more than willing to leave everything behind in situations like that if the books do not matter to be taken with us.
It's not that they don't matter.
Really
it's not that it doesn't matter. It's trust me. I've seen a lot of people do exactly what you're doing. They're clinging on to an idea or something that they love doing so much that it becomes detrimental to the business because nobody else can get involved, and to the mental health because they try getting more people involved while at the same time not wanting to let go of what they love.
Oh, I hired
Books and
Jeff,
information are meant. Hired who?
Jeff.
Oh, I thought you said Delver. Books and information are meant to be shared. Period.
Yes.
Information and education is meant to be shared. If you lose a book in the process, if a book gets burnt, if a cop gets his hand on the book, it's worth the gamble. That is the gamble that is worth taking.
Okay, yes. My only concern that I would relate to clinginess is having all the books in one location.
Who cares? Who cares? The library can burn down tomorrow. Who gives a f? We'll make more books. It's fine.
Okay.
You need to stop worrying about things that aren't happening until they happen.
Okay.
All right. Other than that, it's good. I think the royalty system is going to be too complicated. Just do a buy and flip. Just buy it and flip it.
Wait, not in a clingy way, but can I get that book back so I can edit it?
Yeah.
And maybe my business plan as well.